Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Jessica, and I'm back with another video. Today, we're gonna do the highly anticipated full face of $1 makeup. Here it is. So if you guys haven't seen my $1 makeup haul yet, go check that out. I'll put the link in the description, where you'll see me haul almost all of these products that I'm gonna be using today, including this beautiful $1 necklace from Shop Miss A. If you're interested in buying any of these products, I will leave the link for the website where I got them. So let's just jump right in. Starting off with a clean face. And I also have the Oh Honey lip oil on my lips right now. And that was $1. I also have another product that I purchased for $1, which is a $1 lip scrub. There it is. This one's in the cranberry flavor, so I'm just gonna go ahead and exfoliate my lips since I'm going to be applying a matte lipstick at the end of this challenge. So I want my lips to be as smooth and soft as possible. I love this lip scrub. It's cruelty free, so it's not tested on animals. It says it's a gentle scrub made of natural sugars to exfoliate lips and leave feeling soft and smooth. I love it. I've been using it for a while. So I'm just gonna let that sit there to moisturize the lips, and I'm gonna move right on to the next thing. So the next thing I'm gonna do is concealer. So I have the AOA's concealer natural. Now this one, if you saw the haul, it's swatched pretty orangey, so I'm kind of scared. So I have two like beauty blender products that I bought for $1 on this website. I bought their $1 beauty blender, and you can also buy the holder for $1 as well. And I got the silicone makeup sponge. I'm gonna use the silicone one on this side and the makeup sponge on this side. So I have my water spray here. I'm gonna dampen the beauty blender. And you see how it pretty much doubles in size. It's pretty soft. But I lied. Before we use the concealer, I'm going to use this primer. So this is a Wonder Skin Perfecting Blur Primer. And it's also, I'm not going to say it's also $1. Everything here is $1. So you get the point. It looks like this. It's from AOA. There it is. The Wonder Skin Perfecting. And as you can see, it has golden flecks. But it doesn't make your face look glittery like that. It's just how it is. And for that, I'm going to use the silicone sponge. And I'm just going to dab that right into my under eye area and pretty much my entire face. Now, if you're wondering how I feel about this silicone sponge, I've had it for a while. And I gotta say, it's not my go-to like beauty sponge to use. But it does work. I'm not used to the texture is what it is. And I think it doesn't work well for every single product. Some products I've had to just go back in with my regular sponge to blend properly. But this, it gets the job done a lot of the time. So that was me priming my whole entire face. Now I'm gonna go in with the concealer, and like I said, I'm going to blend this eye with the silicone and the other one with the sponge. But then if the silicone one comes out really bad, I'm gonna fix it with the sponge. I just want you guys to see the difference in case you're on the fence about which one to buy. This smells really weird. Anyways, as you can see, it's kind of orangey and kind of pasty, so I didn't really have good expectations of it, but you know, sometimes when you blend it and set it, it looks better. Here's hoping. But anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna go in with the silicone. And so, in case you haven't really heard too much about these silicone sponges, what's supposed to be good, it's that, you know, it doesn't absorb any of the product like the other sponges do. And, you know, it's supposed to be more sanitary because you can just rinse these, and I look crazy. You're supposed to just be able to rinse these and then you'll be good to go. Oh my god, this stuff is crazy. Okay, I'm just gonna keep it pushing. It's a challenge, so we're gonna see it through to the end. I'm trying to blend this out as much as possible. I really only usually do my concealer in this area, but it's so pasty that I'm trying to blend it out everywhere. So yeah, I'm gonna go in with the damp beauty sponge on the other side. I think my general consensus for these dollar makeup challenge is there's a lot of great products, but oh, don't tell me that. I was like, this one dried in place, and it's not even blending. Oh, it's blending. Hold on. Oh Lord, this is a challenge. This is more of a challenge than I had signed up for. Yeah, so when you put it on, you gotta blend very quickly because this stuff sets like cement. It's crazy. I'm gonna just use the viewfinder. What do you guys think? I mean, it's not the easiest thing to blend out, but I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you guys. I can't even give you a verdict yet. Keep going. Okay, so I'm gonna move right into setting that concealer into place with the AOA's Perfect Setting Powder in Banana. I don't know if you guys can see that. There it is, Banana. So it's loose powder, so it's kind of messy, as you can see. So I just like to use a tapered brush. You can tell I use it for this and for that purpose alone. So I usually put some on the top, tap the excess off, and just generously apply to the under eye to set the concealer. I also set the eyelids, set all around. But at this point, since I've blended so much, I'm gonna have to set the whole thing. Let's see. I picked up a lot of powder. We're just kind of baking, so we're adding a lot of this powder kind of recklessly to the face. And then we'll just dust off the excess at a later time. You can tell I'm not adding powder to my whole face because I have yet to contour, but I just want to set that concealer before it starts creasing. So that's kind of like what it's looking like. It's honestly not as bad as I thought, and I definitely put more on this eye than this eye, and I can tell in person. But let's just keep moving, okay? So from that, I'm gonna move. So like I said, like I mentioned in my haul video, I do not have a foundation. Number one, because it's very hard to pick a shade online from these $1 foundations. And secondly, because I don't use foundation on a daily basis. So if this was my daily routine using these $1 products, I wouldn't reach for foundation. So that's why I skipped it altogether. But I thought I would do contour, which I used to do. I mean, I'm used to doing. And yes, I feel like you can contour and highlight without foundation. Some people would say otherwise, but to each his own. To be honest, I haven't done it in a minute. I just avoided actual rest of the face makeup for a while. But I'm gonna do it the way I used to do it, which is jaw, right here, right there, and a little bit of that forehead. Nose contouring I don't really like to do, but for the purposes of this full face of makeup, I'm going to attempt. That looks like a tiny penis on my face. Okay, I'm sorry, I had to. So I'm just gonna blend with my makeup sponge. Now, when I did the haul originally, and when I swatched this on the back of my hand, it blended out really easily. And as you can tell, it's not taking too much effort to blend, which is great. I realized that I forgot a bronzer or setting powder for this contour, but we're just gonna have to do without. So I think the key to blending your makeup is to blend your life away. Blend for a really long time until there are no harsh lines, but not so much that you just lift the whole product off of your face and then are subsequently left with nothing. So you could still see that triangle there. I'm gonna blend a little bit more, but you can still see the shadow. So I'm gonna do the same down my chin. I like contouring the jawline. I really think it makes a difference. I won't contour something if I feel like it doesn't make a difference, but whenever I used to contour my jawline, when I was a little bit heavier, I felt like it made a difference. It made my face slimmer. So yeah, I would suggest giving that jawline a nice contour. So I'm gonna go in and blend my nose contour. Normally I would use a small powder brush, but it's not here with me, so I'm just gonna improvise. Okay, so that blended out pretty easily, and I think it's actually doing the work. So I like that contour crayon. I like it, and I think it's a good shade for me. So I'm gonna move right along to set the rest of the contour and highlight and situation going on. I'm just gonna, and instead of like powder foundation or a colored setting powder, I got the, if I can open it, the AOA Perfect Finish Press Powder in translucent, and it looks like that. So I'm just going to use a flat kabuki powder brush to set the whole face. Have my mirror so I can see what I'm doing. Just gonna lightly, this brush is really soft, so I can kind of use it all over the face without really dragging my makeup around. At the same time, I'm going to brush off any excess of that banana powder I had left, just to kind of like blend the whole situation out. Okay. Like I said, it would have been nice to have a bronzy powder to set that contour with, but we're just working with what we have here. And so far, I gotta say, I don't know if you guys can tell, but I think it's looking pretty damn good. Maybe a tiny bit cakey around this area, but it has increased, at least not yet. And that may be thanks to the setting powder. So I'm going to bring you guys in a little bit closer, right about there, and we're going to do our eyebrows. So I'm going to brush them up. That's what I usually do. Boom. Okay. So the next product, so the eyebrow product that I have is not from a Shop Miss A. This is actually a $1 product from Wish, and it's my, as you can tell, I love it because it's almost gone. It's the Focallure in the color ash brown, number 4, ash brown. And so the way I apply this is with this angled brow brush, I guess. I got a tissue here, I'm just cleaning the tip, and so I like to dip my brush in there and go to town. Where's the mirror? Over here. Okay, here it goes. So I like to draw a line across the top. I was just making sure you guys could see that. Line across the top, and so I have 2 holes on my eyebrows. I have a hole here and I have a big hole there. I'm going to show you guys how I don't want to say get the perfect eyebrow, but pretty much. Okay, so I'm going to connect that gap with this area by forming a nice arch, and then connecting the tip. So then I'm going to start again from in here, do a line across the bottom. Now I have pretty thick brows in this area, so I don't have to go ham with this product, but the end is kind of sparse, so I have to be careful about how I draw that in. But for the most part, once you have your 2 lines, you can just fill it in. Here I like to do brush strokes up to kind of give the illusion of hairs. Then I go in with my spoolie again to blend any harsh lines, and I brush up and I brush out, up and out. And as I'm brushing, I see if I have any other holes missing. Like, you see how like sometimes there's some holes left. I'd like to go back in and darken that to make it seem like the rest of the eyebrow. But for the most part, it's really down to the brushing, the spoolie brushing. And then at the end, if you messed up the tail like I did, you can always go in with your handy dandy Q-tip. And this is how I do it. I simply go over and under to get the right tip. And then if I happen to mess up my concealer, I just take my sponge and fix it right up. So that's one eyebrow done, at least in my eyes. it's done. I'm gonna move right over to the other one. Where's my brush? Okay, here it is. So I'm dipping it in. Brush both sides. Make sure your brush is as thin as possible. And that's how you get really precise lines. So, okay, I'm gonna demonstrate this one more time. Line across the top. And with the gap, you wanna, oh, I went too high there, but you wanna connect it by doing an arch. We'll clean that up, that little bump up, we'll clean that up. But the arch is nice, and then straight line. So yeah, you can get this down to a science, but there's always gonna be little, or you could just clean more than you have to and start all over again. Is usually what I end up doing. I clean a little bit more and then just redo the line. So that looks about perfect, and I'm gonna do the line under. Okay, so again, I used the spoolie to blend any harsh lines. Okay, again, I'm going to use my Q-tip to clean up the lines. And those are 2 done eyebrows. I always love how funny your face looks when you only have eyebrows. Anyways, moving on. I'm going to do blush now because I don't want to forget about blush. I'm going to be using the Lumi Baked Blush in the color So Close. And I'm going to be using my tapered face brush from Jessup. These Jessup brushes, you can buy them on eBay for a really affordable price. These bamboo ones, they're also Jessup, and it was a whole bamboo set which came with like a bunch of brushes. I'm just gonna lightly dust this on my cheek. Now, as we remember when we swatched, it is shimmery, so it catches that glow nicely. But you know me, I'm probably still gonna do highlighter. I'm gonna do highlighter. Now, I just noticed that's kind of like really strong. So go easy on it, okay? I wasn't sure how pigmented it was, but by the looks of it. And I always like to do a little bit of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. It just makes me look radiant. That's not too much blush, right? No. Okay. So, I like that blush. Now, I'm going to be using my favorite highlighter in the whole world. You know how much I love this, in the shade Macaroon. Okay. So the way I apply my highlighter is not the way most people apply their highlighter. Most people use a brush that looks like this. Something to that effect, or maybe even something like this. I like to use the good old fan brush. So I'm just gonna, you know, get both sides nice and covered. Excuse me. I like to do the bridge of my nose, the tip of my nose, right here in the cheekbones. Peep the glow, peep the glow. Whew. And right her on the cheekbones. And if you want to blend it, just do a little brush like that. See how glowy and dewy that is? I love it. Oh, I'm gonna wipe off the lip products I have because I'm getting ready to do things on the lips. So I'm gonna wipe the oil and the scrub right off. Let me dry it with a tissue. Let me tell you how my lips feel. Well, my lips feel very soft, so I guess it worked. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to brush a little bit of that highlighter on my Cupid's bow. It just makes your lips look a little more plump when you add your lip situation. Okay, it's time for the fun stuff. We have eyes and lips left. So let's move right on to it. There ain't nothing to it but to do it. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be using the beautiful Love Child palette from Shop Miss A. Remember, each shadow is $1. So, and I got it on sale on Black Friday, so it was even cheaper than that. And let's just get to it. I'm gonna use my favorite blending brush. I bought this on Amazon eBay a long time ago, and ever since then I've been trying to find a new one to replace it. I can't find it. This is my ride or die right here. I'm just gonna brush this tissue to make sure that the brush is clean. Awesome. And I'm going to go in, like I said, with this color, which I could take it out and tell you the color. I will. That's Moment. So I'm gonna go in with Moment. I'm gonna do it right on the eyebrow bone and pretty much all over the eye. So just like a base, because I was gonna say the eyelid, the crease, and then I was like, okay, that's the whole eye. So just kind of like just a light layer on the whole eye. But most importantly, it's gonna be that brow bone. You want to highlight the brow bone with that matte, and also the eye, not so much the crease, but the eyelid is very important because that's where you're gonna put your bright colors. You want a nice kind of like whitish canvas. That's what I like to do. And then I'm gonna take one of my favorite eyebrow brushes. This is actually from Sheer Cover, which used to be like a competitor for Bare Minerals. I don't know if they're still in the market, but yeah, they have this dual-ended shadow brush that I love. I like using this on the inner corner, and I like packing on color with this. So since we have so many beautiful colors to work with, I'm going to mix, I don't know, I'm gonna start off with the Lucid. I even remember the name of it, it's so beautiful. I'm gonna start with Lucid on the eyelid and see how that looks. So that's what it looks like on the brush. And I'm gonna get close so you guys can see the initial application. Wait, am I blurry? Okay, you guys can see me. Okay. That's good. I'm gonna see if there's a lot of fallout. We're checking for pigmentation, blendability. I mean, so far the color is really showing up beautifully, and I'm not having to add too many layers. That's the color right there. Is there a lot of fallout? There is some fallout here, but it's not crazy. It's not too bad. And now I'm going to kind of blend this crease, frontal crease as I like to call it. So I really like that color. I'm going to use, let me see what name this is. Worth. So I'm going to go in with Worth, which is this one, towards the outer lid. See what that's like. Okay. So we're putting Worth on the outer lid. It's a nice, pretty color. I'm gonna blend right at the center. I like that. That's pretty. I'm gonna do the same on the other side. I don't like to like complete one whole eye and then try to go and mimic the same thing on the other side. So I like to work simultaneously. So what I would say about these so far is that they have good pigmentation. They have minimal fallout, especially for a glittery shade. It's not that bad. And I don't mind a little bit of the glittery fallout on my face. So far so good. I'm going to go in with the darker shade. Okay, so now I'm going to take my blending brush and I'm going to add a combination. Actually, I'm going to build it up. I'm going to go in with this one, then this one, and then this one. That's all going to be on the crease. I'm really trying to use as many of these colors as possible in one go. So here goes the crease. So that's the lightest shade that I showed you first, is what I'm going in. It has great pigmentation and it blends nice and easily. So I like that. And I'm gonna kick it up a notch with this chocolatey color. Now this one, I thought originally it was matte, but it's really not. It's got a little bit of shimmer in it, but I would say it's about 80% matte, as you can tell. So I'm gonna brush off the excess because I need to go in there and blend like crazy. So this is where we're gonna see how well this blends without completely removing the color. And I gotta say, it's blending pretty nicely. Look at that. Look how smoky that is. I feel like this color is not doing the makeup justice. Let me try something different. How about that? Okay, let's just stay there. Okay. I feel like that's blending so beautifully. Going the other side with the darker brown shade. Right in there. It's really nice. Very, very nice. And now I'm going to be using the thinner brush. And for once, not on the inner crease, but to get that dark shade right in the crease. Let's see how that works out. Well, that is pigmented. Okay. Can you guys see that? So, as you get in that crease, I'm going to clean out the other side, and I'm going to try to go in and blend that nicely. Actually, I have this nice little, the other end of my brow brush is a little stubby thing here that I'm going to try to blend with. Hope you guys can see that. That's, I mean, in my eyes, that is blending pretty nicely, but still remaining that pigmentation. So I'm going to apply the same color right in the crease, the outer V, as they call it. And I'm going to blend. So whenever I'm done smoking things out, I like to take a clean beauty sponge and kind of cut that line sharp there. So so that there's no drooping of the eyes, if that makes sense. Let's see. The last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to clean this tip again, this brush, and I'm going to use, I think I've used pretty much almost every color. I'm going to go in with this light shimmery one, which is called Twilight, right in that tear duct inner corner situation, okay? Let's see what that's like. I want to blow on my own eye, but I can't. Or whatever, because it's a little bit crumbly. So, as you can tell, it's very pigmented. It's very pigmented, but you really have to get in there. Like, you have to get the brush in there. And then once you press it on, it's kind of like, yeah. I would say these are kind of like pressed pigments or pressed foil pigments. And when you're dealing with foily pigments, they pick up a little different. But look how pretty that is. Okay. Now the last thing I'm gonna do is take this small angle brush and take our last color. Actually, I think the only one we haven't used is Amor in the center, but I'm gonna use this purple one in my lower lash. See what that looks like. Well, it's pigmented enough to show up, so that's good. I'm gonna like smoke it out with this brush. Hope you guys can see that. And guys, just FYI, I did not even have a look in mind before I started this challenge. I'm just kind of winging it, and I kind of like how it's coming out, to be quite honest. Okay, so I think that is the eyeshadow look complete. Give you guys a better look. No. And really, I'm not the greatest at this, so if I can do something decent, I think anybody can. So I'm gonna use this skinny under lash mascara to add some mascara to my lower lash line. Now, like I mentioned in my other video, I particularly like this look. I think it makes your eyes look jelly, more like that look, but at the same time it's like a little bit fierce. I don't know, I just like it. That versus nothing. And I do find that this skinny one is easier. You can go above or below, as I'm doing, without actually putting mascara on your skin, like a lot of the times it happens with the bigger wands. And this one's also from Shop Miss A. So I'm gonna add, before I add regular mascara to the top, I'm going to do eyeliner with the felt tip pen that we got from Shop Miss A. Now I'm gonna use the camera to do my eyeliner because I can't hold the mirror and do my eyeliner at the same time, so wish me luck. Okay. Uh-oh. Maybe if it focused. Okay. That would be much better. think I'm better off with the mirror. Let me see. Maybe if I set the mirror down. So here's the moment of truth. I'm going to do my wing. Oh, I should have done my eyeliner first. That's my fault. This would happen to me on camera. I just did like one super thick line and another super thin one. But you know what they say, sisters, not twins. I'm just kidding. I totally messed that up. So guess what? I'm going to have to thicken this one up. That seems about better. So honestly, the eyeliner is black, it's pigmented, but the tip is not long enough to create the kind of wing that I usually go for, which is a very thin, tailored like precise line is what I like, and this doesn't quite do it for me. So for that, I would say it's not for me. But if you don't care about the wing and you just want eyeliner, this is perfect for that. So I'm gonna get a Q-tip and a tiny bit of makeup remover because I got some mascara dots on my under eye. Now when you're removing mistakes like this, you want to let that dry, and then you just want to kind of like lightly tap so that you don't remove everything you've worked for. Get your beauty blender, buff it out, and you're good to go. Actually, that looks terrible. Buff it out and you're good to go. Okay, so we're gonna go with this. This is also a $1 mascara. This was not in my haul, but this is from Shop Miss A, and it's called Starry Mascara. It's just a simple, basic mascara wand. Nothing crazy. So we're just gonna apply a coat, a generous coat to my lashes. Okay, there it is. So, last but not least, to complete the look, I'm going to be using my matte lipstick from AOA in the color Vibin' or 2027. Which is a beautiful nude. And there you have it, guys. This is the complete look with a full face of $1 makeup. So what's my final review on these items? Let's see. I think it's totally possible to do a beautiful makeup look with $1 makeup items. So if you're on a tight budget but you still like to, you know, look put together, this is definitely a great alternative for you. Now, if you guys want to know what my top 5 favorite products were, I will gladly tell you. Number 1, the highlighter. Number 2, the banana setting powder is one of my favorites. This matte lip color is incredible, and they have so many shades, and they all dry instantly and stay on for a pretty decent amount of time. Let's see what else. This skinny eye mascara I really liked, and the lip scrub. Is that 5? My top 5 from all the products that I use. Now, my least favorite would have to be the silicone sponge, because I'm not quite used to this yet. Also in the bottom would be the concealer. The concealer actually, I mean, it did a lot. It set a lot better than what it went on. But did you see how hard it was to blend once it dries? So I would suggest put it on one eye, blend it, set it, and then do the other eye. But finding your color in any type of powder, concealer, or foundation is very hard, at least on this website. So I would suggest to do something different, not this brand. So yeah, those are my recommendations from these products that I have here. If you guys like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Make sure to hit that subscribe button for more videos. And until next time, guys, bye.